Hello guys, today I'm here at the Spin Lab, the newest location located in NDG. I'm here with the founder, Mallak, also co-founder of the conference Next Wave with her partner, Luca. Today we're going to talk more about her and her career and what does she do more in details. Hello Mallak, how are you doing?
Good, and you? Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for trusting me.
For sure. I'm very excited to see what we're gonna come up with today.
Yeah. Okay, so my first question, I always like to start like very small to kind of like get the audience in to know who I'm having. My first question, we're going to start very light, was who were you before the building of the Next Wave, before the Spin Lab, like way before?
It's actually a really good answer. I think before I even began in entrepreneurship, I was a very shy, introverted person. I could not even hold a conversation. It was very difficult for me to even engage or even like see those people, entrepreneurs or even successful people. And I always wondered what it would take for me to get there. And it wasn't necessarily entrepreneurship that took me. I think it was just the persistence of doing things that are hard constantly. So before even jumping into that, I was in school and I realized that was not really the trajectory for me. So what I did was I decided to actually basically drop out and kind of jump into just like a commercial cleaning business. And what that taught me from door to door, for B2B sales, for talking to people that are 4 times my age, that number one, it's not even that scary. Number two, everyone does it. It's easily doable. If you do it the first time, it's tough. Like the podcasts, you know, you were telling me like in the beginning, like it can be quite difficult. Then you have the second, the third, the fifth, then you got your rhythm.
It becomes natural.
Exactly. So I think for me, that's what kind of built me. And 2 years later, I was a person that no one recognized anymore. I'm able to hold down a conversation. I'm able to talk to anyone in the room, whether you're the most successful or you're the worst person in the room. So it was really about putting myself, as cliche and as all entrepreneurs say this, but that is the way to actually kind of better yourself. So it really, really took for me to put myself in those places, and it was extremely challenging, I would say. It was very, very hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was difficult to do.
You took a big risk when you dropped out of school.
Yeah.
I was like, were you scared when you dropped out?
I was scared, and obviously my entire family was kind of
I was going to ask, were there like people doubting you or telling you like that's a bad idea? Everyone, specifically like my dad and my older sister, because they're really the ones where I spoke to about my career, about what I wanted to do, and it was a hard hit. I was basically studying to go into accounting in Cégep. And I realized how much I hated it. Like, it's an incredibly boring job, very important in business, mind you. It's an incredibly good skill set to have. But at the end of the day, it has to be something that you can potentially do, that you tolerate even doing. That was not the case for me. So I had called my dad, who was at the time in Saudi Arabia, and I told him that I want to drop out. And it was one of the hardest conversations I've ever had with him. And even with my sister, it was constant fights. It was, you know, like I would go to work, I would be crying all the time because I really felt like they didn't believe in me. And that's when I didn't care. I jumped in and I started doing residential and commercial cleaning. I started residential. I found out that I can make some money with it. And then after that, I realized that the commercial market was better. So that involves offices, daycares, clinics, whatever you can think of. And it took them a while to basically really get to the point where they could understand it. I think it came from a place of caring and also a place of fear for me, because I was very young. I was 19 years old. So it wasn't necessarily the best thing for them, especially coming from a Middle Eastern family. Definitely adds a layer. So after basically doing that, after a year, they saw how committed I was. So then the respect came, the understanding of it came, understanding how much effort I put into it. And then after that, a few years later, my dad and my sister were completely on my side. I just felt support from the entire family. I think I just needed to show them that I was consistent enough and that wasn't me like escaping school or like
rebelling, basically.
And like when you were talking to them about dropping out, and you said you had constant fights with your sister.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, why did you decide not to listen to them and bet on yourself anyway?
Because if I'm completely honest and transparent, I had a really, really hard time at school. School was very difficult for me, and a lot of entrepreneurs once again say this, that, oh, like I'm a C minus student. I knew that if I wanted to get far in school, I could, but that's just not what I wanted to do. And it would take me, 4 or 5 times the time of studying, of memorizing, to basically be at the level of someone that doesn't do anything. So that is a personal hit. But in terms of business, when the results are not necessarily direct, they're not the next day, there's this sense of like kind of accomplishment that you get from every task. It's so meaningful, everything you do, and you can build whatever you want. You have the ultimate creativity. You have, if you want to do your market, if you want to be funny, if you want to be serious, if you want to, every single stage of the business and aspect can be completely from within you. So I think I had fun with it, and I could tolerate doing that. But for me to go to school and be like stuck on a schedule, which mind you, I was stuck on a schedule with work, but it was what I built, what I've made. So I would go there being proud, the problems or my problems to fix. So it was more about, I cannot do school. So unfortunately, I cannot listen to you. The easiest path would have been for me to just go to school, and everyone would have been happy, but I just knew that I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, you knew that like wasn't made for you.
Exactly. Yes. I couldn't do it. Like I would go in, and I'm a very disciplined person, but somehow with school I wasn't. It would really, really drain me mentally. It was felt, once again, I'm not saying that you don't get anything. I think education is very important, but I don't think in Cégep specifically what is taught to you about business is valid. I do not think the first 2 years that I did not learn a thing versus 3 years in business initially that I did. I learned everything. I learned about accounting. I learned about taxes. I learned about how to speak to someone, how to engage in a conversation where I'm going to basically be taking care of your business. I'm selling you my service. Those are things that are not going to be taught in school.
That's exactly where I am in life right now, because I study business too in CJ at Momo. And I think that's exactly like what we're lacking, even though I didn't even, how can I say it, genre, j'ai même pas encore fini la technique, puis I've already realized that there's some things that are missing in the way that the teachers are teaching. I feel like every time in class they're telling us like what you're going to do, like when you're already, like, how can I say, genre quand t'es déjà genre accompli. Genre moi, mon problème que j'ai avec ma technique, c'est que il t'explique, they tell you like how it is going to be when you're already, like, how can I say, like when you're already successful
on the top, at the top. Okay.
When you're already at the top, but they don't like, they don't tell you how to get there.
Exactly.
And that's my issue with school right now.
100%.
That's my issue.
They miss it.
Yeah.
Because they don't know it. Because none of those teachers have businesses, which is fine, but you don't have a business. You don't know how much, when you look at someone that has a business, they're usually a little bit rough, because what they do for a living is incredibly hard, especially someone that's been in it. Like, do you know what I mean? I consider myself super early in the game. They say, don't call yourself an entrepreneur until 10 years. Okay. I've been since I'm like 19, so I'm like on my 5th, 6th year. But it's just because it builds your character, you understand, and you stop caring about what people think. So if someone comes, a teacher, and you're out here, basically, the way that you present yourself, the way that you're doing, you've never led a team, you've never done any of that. I can learn the technicalities from you, I can learn the terms from you, which I can also learn from a book, but I will never learn the raw life experience.
Like,
never.
Like, I can learn the basics of business at school, but I cannot learn how to run a successful business over time in the long term. Like, basically.
I feel like the thing that people kind of confuse between education, and once again, when I look at someone and I say, you haven't been in entrepreneurship, you don't have a say, someone else in business that majors in business and finance can also look at me and say the same thing. I can completely understand that. I think the number one thing to do is you can go get that education. I don't think it's wrong. I think it's a great plan B. It can be tough to put it as a plan B, but it can be something. If you want to get that degree, you can get it. But directly after, it's not necessarily I would open a business. It would be, I would surround myself with those people. So people that go through education, they have easier access to that, which is what I've noticed. I had to go look for it. I had to go pay for it. Networking. I went to 10 bad networking events until I found the one that was like, oh, this is meaningful to me in my business. It's very difficult. But the connections that you made throughout school are also very important. So I'm not really here saying school is not right. But on top of that degree, go get your actual facts in. Be financially literate, manage your finances well, understand what's at stake here, that if you don't succeed at this business, what could happen? And that's not a negative thing. People are always afraid to look at the numbers. I don't think look at the numbers. It's not going to hurt you. It's not personal, So it's like super, super linked to like both worlds that are, you can get an education and you can run a successful business, but completely saying one is wrong or one is right it will make your path a little more difficult.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It depends.
You just said that you went to 10 conferences and they were all bad until you find the one that was meaningful to you. Mm-hmm. Can you talk to me about that experience and why was that one meaningful and the others weren't?
In terms of my services and what I'm selling, at that point I had a commercial cleaning company. So we would clean for offices, daycares, car concessions, all those things. So when you want to find people to pitch that to, you don't necessarily go to places where it's based on people that just want to like sell their real estate services, people that want to maybe sell their social media and all that stuff. That doesn't mean that it's not going to help me, but it means that I'm in the wrong room and that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, because it doesn't correlate to what you're doing.
Yeah, so any conference is titled as networking event, come have a drink, and you can chat with people. The thing about those events, it could be anyone that comes in, which is great. But none of them had a business. None of them, I was the youngest in the room and the only one that had a business for multiple of those things. Those are people that are still waiting to get inspired to have a business. So that's where I was like, not necessarily in the wrong room, but I already did that. I'm trying to go to the next level. I'm trying to be in the room where people are hitting 20, 30K a month and want to scale to 50, 60.
Yeah, like you were already like past that.
Exactly. So if I want to land a client, that client has to own, maybe he's a property manager, maybe he owns multiple commercial estates. It can really depend, but that means going into those bigger rooms. It's just, honestly, I just didn't know. I didn't know where to go. Networking was a little bit scary. So with time, I understood that you actually have to go look and research the event you're going to. You can sometimes have access to the people going, the followers, just to kind of get an idea. So it's definitely important to do your research. If you want to go to all conferences, you can too. But that's definitely the one that after that, I went to an AI event, which you can say that doesn't necessarily correlate because at that time it wasn't like AI wasn't like booming.
Yeah, it wasn't as popular as today.
Exactly. So we go, but then we met young entrepreneurs that are doing huge moves, bigger than us. And that what happened was this drive, this adrenaline to reach the better place, go to the next level, even though our industries basically don't even correlate. But it was just nice to see how can I integrate that into my business? And later on, we did find a system that could work for managing employees, for making sure they're doing all their tasks. So it's not all conferences that are going to bring you something, but it's important to kind of go and do your due diligence before attending.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was great. I have two questions. The first is, okay, I'll go in order. Were you always like this? when you were younger? Like, did you always think that you would become an entrepreneur? Or because I know you told me that you were studying accounting before.
Yes.
But did you always have like that mindset, that disciplined mindset, that resilience? Like, were you always like this?
I wouldn't say I was always like this. As a kid, I was pretty like disciplined and all those things. As a teenager, you lose yourself. But I think the one person I have to thank for is my dad, because he's an entrepreneur and he's done everything that you can name, and he did it incredibly well while maintaining a family. So he always knew how hard school was for me when I was a kid. So he would always tell me, look at what you want to do in life, because for sure you're not going to become a dentist, a doctor, an engineer. It's just your mind doesn't work like that. And I was a little bit more curious about him. I liked conversations when, like, my other siblings, not that they didn't care, they just liked other topics, but I liked understanding how he does this, why he's treating this customer this way, why is this happening? So initially he told me, why don't you go into, what is it called? It's basically people that manage hotels.
Okay.
So he's like, it's such a, because it's basically an entrepreneurship role. You basically do everything at that point. You manage the hotel, you have to bring in, you have to do events, all those things. So I never really understood as a kid why he did that, but now I do, as to why he pushed me towards entrepreneurship, and why he wanted me to do something incredibly out of the ordinary, out of my siblings. He was very focused on me, I would say, on that specific thing. So that's why I think he kind of helped me grow that seed of like, I see that in you, I know that you can do it. And also it's just a family thing that like a lot of my family are entrepreneurs. He's been an entrepreneur, he did it for 40 years and he's seen great success. So it's definitely something that was built. But
is he the one who inspired you to get in business?
Yeah, because you know, when you're younger, you don't necessarily kind of see your dad's schedule. Like he was always there. He's always present. Yeah. He had a full business. He had like 2 businesses at once sometimes. So it was like, and he would kind of leave work a little bit later. If we wanted to go on a trip, we could go on a trip. So I feel like he was very flexible this time, but he put in the hours. This is like the thing that I didn't see. So it's not necessarily about like, did he push me or not, but his lifestyle and how he leveled up in life so quickly, in my opinion, was really great to see. And I was like, okay, well, if you can do it, why can't I? Like, if it's in my blood, like, why can't I do it?
Why? If he did it, why not me?
Exactly. So it's more of like that. Like, even like, if you look at my siblings, no one's like that. They're super ambitious, mind you. They're very ambitious, but through education. You know, so this is the one thing that me and him shared that I could, even with Spin Lab, he guided me from the first day until the opening. He's been through it, he knows, even though his business had nothing to do with this. So he just always knew what to tell me, how to manage, not to take things personal. So definitely he grew that seed in me, that's for sure.
Okay, so basically he's always been there.
He's always been there.
Support you.
100%. It was those like teenage years where he was like, are you like messing up your life, or should I like, stop you? But even then he didn't really have a choice, unfortunately, because I was going to do it anyways.
Okay, yeah.
So it was a little bit of like a push, yeah.
I think I shared kind of the same passion with you about business. Okay. Like to me personally, what I like about business is, you said it earlier, the thing with business that is different with other majors, that you kind of like have to go to school for a long time until university, get that diploma, and then you can work. I feel like in business, the reason why I love it is because you kind of like, you have to bet on yourself the whole way. Like I was telling Taina the other day, like in business, the trajectory is not like already made. Like, you have to believe in yourself the whole time.
Yes.
The whole time. And I feel like justement, c'est, je sais pas, je me perds un peu dans ce que je veux dire. C'est juste que comme.
No, but I fully get it.
Yeah.
I think it's you. It's you. If you don't level up, it won't level up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a drive. It can drive you crazy.
Yeah.
It can be very, very stressful.
Yeah.
But you can mend your life however you like. So I think it's just a very malleable trajectory.
Like,
you can go sideways, you know?
Yeah, like for example, a doctor, right? I think je pense que I think they have to stay in university for like what 8 years before they become a real doctor in Quebec. In business, it doesn't work that way. You doesn't know when is going to be the finish line. You don't know like when are you going to start to make money or kind of like be successful.
You know nothing.
You know nothing. It could take 5 years. It could take 3 years. It could take 15 years. It could take even 20 years.
Yeah.
So like you kind of like gotta go crazy. You have to be like you have to be a little crazy.
You have to be insane.
In my opinion, you have to be a little crazy.
Yeah.
That true self-belief.
For sure.
Yeah.
But where do you, like for you, what's something, like where would you see yourself in like, let's either like 5 or 10 years, but what would success mean for you? Is it the money? Is it the person you're going to become? Do you have a goal?
I mean, I don't have a specific number like in mind, but I feel like, yes, money will be a byfactor, but my main goal, maybe it might sound cliche, but I really want to retire my mom. Because I've seen her work my whole life, working 16-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would be like I'm watching TV. It's like 11 p.m. I'm going to sleep, and then I hear her. She's going to work.
Wow.
Like she's going to work a night shift, and like
it's tough to see.
Yeah, it's tough to see.
Very hard to see.
And with everything, with the inflation going up, the gas prices going up, she like even though she has a good job, she's a nurse, so she how can I say, genre elle gagne beaucoup, but like les conditions genre sont tellement
c'est tough.
Yeah,
it's very hard to be a nurse these days.
C'est rendu genre the economy c'est rendu genre it's so tough for her que genre I just wanna.
That's your main goal.
Yeah, I wanna make it for her, and also another motive of mine is I've never really traveled. The only time I took the plane was to go to Vancouver to watch the big older brother's graduation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've never really like flew anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere, and that would be my dream to.
So you want to travel the world?
Yeah, that would be my dream to like travel like 2, 3, 4 times a year, maybe 5.
For sure.
Maybe
that's like the best thing ever.
Yeah, maybe 5. So I would say my dream goal would be retiring my parents and travel whenever I want to.
That's literally it's a very nice answer because it's a lot of people say it, but I feel like you actually mean it.
Yeah, I do.
Because it's something that you want. You could have easily said, yeah, I want like 10 million. Yeah. You know, who doesn't want 10 million? You know what I mean? Or like be like, oh, like I want to be shredded, I want to do this or la la la. But it's like, it seems genuine from you, which is, I think, why it's gonna lead you to success, you know? Because it's like, if you have those like, what are they called? Like standards for yourself and for your family, when it's gonna get horrible, it's not the money. Because you're gonna be like, literally, who cares about the 10 million? When it gets tough, you're like, everyone's living without 10 million. Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm speaking from personal experience. Because it's very tough to just depend on the money. You have to find your purpose in it.
So your goal is the 10 million?
I mean, I think 10 million is easy to say you want 10 million. I don't think I want 10 million anymore, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
Do I want to have that in like real estate, all those things? Absolutely. I just think for you to get to that level is super possible, 100%. But what it takes basically is sacrificing your whole life.
Okay.
Which I've sacrificed a lot of my early 20s. I didn't do anything, literally. I just did business. And now I'm 24, about to turn 25 in like 6 months. So it's a lot of sacrifice. And I don't think that aligns with what I want in life. Yes, do I want to be a millionaire? Do I want the freedom? Like you were saying, do I want to help out family members, travel whenever I want? For sure. I just don't think 10 million is something that I'm willing to sacrifice my entire 20s for.
So let me ask you the same question. What would be your goal?
My goal?
Yeah. At what point of time would you feel like accomplished? Like I say accomplished because and not satisfied, because I know every time I ask a business person, when are you going to feel satisfied? They always say, nah, I'm never going to feel satisfied. So that's why I said accomplished instead of satisfied.
Actually, this is where I think I place myself differently.
Okay.
But that's again because I started earlier in life, and that's the only. If you asked me 3 years ago, I would have been like 100 million, not knowing what that means, you know. So it's more of like when I'll know that I'll be fine is 100% financial freedom. If I can take my entire family, go to another country, if a disaster happens, I can be there for that person. Or just let alone have money for myself to do everything I've ever dreamed of. I like that you said traveling. I've traveled. I haven't traveled a lot, but traveling for me is like the thing that makes sense in life.
Okay.
Like I want to go for 6 months out of the year, not come back, and have my business run without me. Yep. This is what success is for me. That I have the right people in place. People trust me. I have 100 people on payroll. Everyone's paid on date. Everything is done. I have a great reputation. I don't steal. I don't lie about my services. Completely authentic business. I think that's the win for me. And this is where the real money comes in later. Which when you've built that type of reputation, you'll see with all companies, they drop one day. One bad thing, complete bankrupt. And that's not what I'm trying to have. I've been raised with great values, and that's what I want. So it's a little bit of a mixture. I don't necessarily have, this is what I want, but 100% take care of everyone. If I can clear everyone's debts, if I can be that person of help, like Mallak did this at such a young age, that's success to me. Very, very very broad.
Beautiful. That was a beautiful answer.
I appreciate it.
You couldn't have said it better. Honestly,
Thanks.
I'm being honest. Wow.
It's similar a little bit to you though.
Yeah.
Because it comes from a place of understanding how tough life is.
Yeah. Mine wasn't as complete, but yeah, it was.
Yours is good.
But yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you next question.
Yes.
What are the biggest adversities that you had to face in business right now?
Right now, I would say something that is super, that is actually never talked about is when you open a business. Number one, it's not as busy as you think, not in terms of clients, but you're not going to have that many things to do. Like those 18-hour days, that's a little bit deeper in the journey. So in my other business, when my tasks were done, my systems were in place, the marketing team is hired, everything's done, I've done my tasks, and it's 5 p.m. and I'm like, opening TikTok, someone's like, if you log off at 5 p.m., you're not going to make it in business. That to me, I was like, oh my God. So now hop back on my laptop and just do bullshit the whole day. Yeah. But that specific part is it's lies. There's nothing about that is true. No one has built a business by doing just random stuff. It's little tasks. If you want to talk about Alex Hormozi, he says it. He's like, sometimes I didn't work out. Sometimes I never woke up at 7 a.m. Sometimes I don't do that. He's a pretty jacked guy, mind you. Works out 4 times a week. So
I know him.
It's like, he's not necessarily, not that he didn't put the work in, but he's very raw about his beginnings, about saying that it's the time for you to get to know your business, knowledge, read more, whatever systems that you have in place, read, but to be constantly busy. Yes, that's the life of an entrepreneur, but later down the road. So I always found myself completely guilty, canceling plans, not going out on weekends, not doing all those sorts. That doesn't mean that because I have a very good balance, but it's not necessary. If you've done everything and you want to go out with your friends after and for 2 hours, just kind of get out of your mind a bit, it's the next day, you're going to wake up 10 times more motivated than if you were your face in the laptop, haven't talked to anyone in a week, your creativity's gone, your depression might hit, all those factors are your anxiety. It's important for us as humans to kind of go out and talk about your day. They might help you in some aspects.
Yeah, balance. To have a good balance, I think it's really important, especially in work and what you do.
Do you think that you have, because it's tough to manage balance?
It's a good question.
Because it's tough to see where am I going out too much or am I not doing anything but work? This is the problem.
I'm I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'm good. I think I'm right in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right in between where sometimes I feel like, damn, am I working too much? Am I editing too much? Because like, it's been like 2 weeks since I've seen my friends. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, if I go out 2 days in a row, 2 nights in a row, and the third day I'm at home, I'm like, damn, okay, maybe I should get to work.
But that's just real life. And I think like social, it doesn't show you that. It's not, and once again, like I bring up my dad a lot, it's because he comes from a next generation, and for him, it's like, I don't understand why you kids make it something so big. He was like, just go to work and do what you have to do and come back home and have dinner with your family. I'm like, no, Baba, I have to stay here 18 hours. He's like, what are you gonna do? I don't know, but I'm gonna stay. Like, okay, stay, be tired, and then tomorrow you lose your energy, so when Friday comes, you have no energy to do anything. And that cycle becomes vicious. So, yes, entrepreneurship is tough. Yes, you're always on calls, you have meetings, stuff, all those things. But the one day, or the few days in specifically the beginning, where it's like slow, you don't have as many clients, you don't have, it's summertime, you can go walk around, get creative, talk to businesses, keep it light, and everything comes slowly. Just patience. This whole thing, like lock in 3 months, you're gonna become a millionaire, that's never happened.
Yeah.
That's a prodigy. That's not real. And I have a lot of friends that are in programs, neuroscience, pharmacology, research. They see those incredibly smart people. If you sit down with them and you tell them 3 months lock in, make $1 million, they're gonna laugh in your face. They're creating stuff that might change the world. They don't even have that mindset. To them, it's like, no, I'm gonna get a good job, and slowly I'm gonna build that. As an entrepreneur, you have people depending on you, so you do have to move a little bit quicker. And your creativity and your momentum has to be stronger. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that you're head in the laptop and not getting out. That's not how entrepreneurs work. Entrepreneurs base themselves on social situations. I'm like, oh, I met a guy yesterday that can help me with spin. Like even the lights here, that was a guy I met at a networking conference. He gave me a good deal. Yeah. I was like, David, like, shout out David, by the way, Vision Bleu LED, because he really helped us with the promotion and all. But it was like a great, like he just came in, he got everything done in a month. Everything's perfect. The lights are done. He gave me a good price. Super amazing team. Till now, if I need anything, they come. So it's like little things that like you're opening studios, like where am I supposed to get a guy that does lights that's not gonna overcharge me? So it's all about really, really taking it slow, taking it like slowly, you know? The balance can be hard sometimes.
Yeah. So basically your biggest adversity was kind of like overproduction, if that makes sense.
Yes, wasting my time, wasting my time on nothing, and killing myself mentally by thinking I'm not doing enough. That because you're killing yourself before even starting.
Yeah, and I think the reason you and many others had that mindset, I think is because of social media.
Yes.
And like you said, those guys, those gurus, those gurus on internet saying lock in for 3 months and then you're going to be a millionaire. I see like TikToks and IG Reels all the time when they're saying like you can change your life in 6 months. I think it's true. You can change your life in 6 months, but like they're saying it in a way like you could become a millionaire in 6 months.
Yes.
Like just lock in for 1 year and your whole life is going to change forever. Like slow down. Like life, like everybody has a different path in life.
Yes.
Some start with advantages, some start with setbacks. So
100%. I like, it's like you can have a limited kind of like mind to things, but you can also have an incredibly open mind. Like I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's 6 months, I can't make $1 million. No, if anything, when I sit down and I look at my numbers, why can't I make 50, 60K a month? Why can't I make 100K a month? Why can't I create a new revenue stream that has nothing to do with spin, that people can have access to my, like all those different things can be put in place so I can make more money, so I can grow bigger and faster. But what I like a saying, they say, put a goal like as $1 million and like watch the person that you're going to become. And that's just by saying every single day, every single time you put your mind to it. It's like, I want to make $1 million. Let's say I come in the morning, I hear a client telling me, it's like, I like went to Australia and they do XX in the spin studio. I'm like, directly, is this a revenue stream? I go, I research it quicker. Is it good? Is it not good? Can that make money? Yes, no. Yes, I'll take it and I'll put it into action, try it out. So your brain becomes open to all possibilities rather than being, oh no, I'm gonna stick to like 20K a month because it's a slow momentum. You know what I mean? It's like important to like distinguish the difference between both things. So that's why it's like, once again, you have to have that balance. But like I mentioned, like with the previous question, I'm not willing. Yes, I can sacrifice my 20s. I'm already sacrificing my 20s with what I'm doing. I don't go out as much. I don't socialize as much. I try to do it when I do have the time. But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, it's like those things are not necessarily important for the success of like later. So it's just like you find the balance, you calm down, like patience and all that, and you will eventually get there. It's all about your brain and like how you basically rewire it.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, there's not many people in Montreal in their 20s who owns a spin lab and can start a conference and bring Jake Karls in. And there's no, like,
thank you.
There's not many people that can do that, especially at a young age.
It's definitely something that like I know how to make things happen. Like that is why me and Luca, like the co-founder of Next Wave, he's such an amazing networker. And it was him, like he was the reason we were able to bring like Jake Karls and all those big names, because that's what he does. Like he does that. And I met him at a networking conference. And I just looked around the room and I was like, this looks easy to do, which was not, by the way, but like, I was like, we should do this. And then 6 months later, we did Next Wave. And it was stressful. We didn't fill up the room as much as we wanted. We managed to get around 170 people, which is like pretty impressive for like 3-4 months of marketing. But yeah, like once again, it's like about finding like your strengths and your weaknesses. Like I knew that like for me, I can network, I can do all that, but he does that for a living. Like he loves it. So it's like, okay, partner up with the guy that can do this and I can make it happen. We're the dream team. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's a little bit simpler than people think. It's like you don't have to do everything because there's some things that unfortunately you cannot do.
Yeah, that's why.
It's about being like honest with
That's why on my content I'm always encouraging people to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yes.
That's why I'm always with him. We kind of like that's my best friend. We have the same vision.
That's
we
nice.
almost like we're doing everything together. We go out together. We work. Yeah.
Really? That's super cool.
Like, if you go somewhere, everybody asks him, like, oh, where's David? And every time I go somewhere,
He's like, where's that?
Yeah, that's every time. Every time.
That's really nice. That's really cool.
Every time.
It's important. It's important to have that. You're so lucky though that you have like a friend that like, because I can see him motivate you and like you're motivating him.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's very nice. You know, it's not like judgmental or anything like that.
No.
So it's just pushing.
Yeah, exactly. And also, if one of us does something wrong or does something incorrectly, like for example, the first guest that we had, I told you like I was stuttering a bit. I was writing my question right before we started filming. And like after we got out of her house and le podcast était fini.
What?
He basically like the ride back home. He was basically telling me. He was like giving me like a moral, like he was like, bro, you can't be preparing your questions right in front of our guests. Like, you have to be more prepared. You have to be more organized. And I was like, damn, like he's giving me a lesson right now. But in the back of my mind, I wasn't saying anything.
True.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything back to him because he was low-key right. And that.
But it's nice that you didn't like push back. You're like, no, I did my best. Like I was trying. You just like sat down and listened. But obviously, it's like not. It's coming from a place of like love, of like I want to see you do better.
Exactly.
So it's you recognize that.
And vice versa. The same could happen. I could tell him without. How can I say it? Without like one upping him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
also with respect. Like,
yes.
Like saying with respect, not discriminating each other. Just talking like friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it comes better from a friend. I would rather hear it from a friend than a stranger, you know? But like if your friend is real, like he'll actually tell you like, oh, you really messed up.
Yeah,
and it's cool. Then you guys can like go and hang out. It's like no hard feelings.
They say like don't keep business with your friend because sometimes they're not gonna tell you the truth. But I think it's one of the best things that I do with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, complete opposite. Like
you guys have a good dynamic.
Yeah.
You guys like balance each other out.
Like he could have told me, because like it was our first guest, he could have told me, oh nice, we just did it, our first episode. No, he basically like he was like, bro, no. It was all negative. It was like he was right. Like,
yeah.
He told me the complete truth. And I was like, sure, all right. Yeah.
It must have been hard to hear.
Yeah.
But then the second time you had it registered, right?
Yeah.
Then you're ready. But now look at you, you're doing amazing.
Yeah, the second time my questions were ready. I was ready. I talked with the guests. Everything was already set. But yeah.
It takes a minute.
Sometimes
when it's just like unknown, it's tough.
Je le dis en français là. Sometimes je trouve que genre c'est bien de se le faire dire. Là.
Oui, 100%. Yeah. C'est tough. Ça fait, I don't know where you place yourself on like the big ego and stuff, but I used to have a huge ego. So if someone said that, I'd be like, you're wrong. Like, what do you mean? Like, I did amazing but I knew in my head, I'm defending myself, so I'm doing something wrong, you know?
Yeah.
So it's cool that you're chill like that. Tu m'as déjà dépassé.
So I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong.
That's good.
I want to talk more about your network events. When your network event from last year.
Yeah.
When you brought out the big names like Jake Karls. And actually I did a school project about him.
Really?
Yeah, about him and his business. Yeah, it was like
wow.
The name of the class was Commerce International.
Okay.
And the project we had to like export products to other countries. Everything was fictional, but the project was basically you have to export a product to another country, and you basically have to learn the client, how the business works in this country and this and that. So I was like really like amazed when I saw in your content that you brought him in.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, new project about him, and now she really brought him.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
What was what did you like write about in like your report? Like, was it how he like expanded it or like the methods he used? Like,
oh no, it was more of we didn't like replicate what he did. It was more of what we're gonna do. Like, genre le projet, genre c'était comme nous on devait apprendre comment exporter. Puis basically la seule chose the only thing that we used from him was the name, his products, and but the rest we had to figure that out ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, because
that's really cool.
Yeah, that was basically the whole project.
Okay.
And, so of course I know that he's very successful.
He's pretty much everywhere right now.
Yeah, I think he owns like his company is like one of the biggest food chains in North America, I think, or Canada.
I don't really follow up on that. I know like in the beginning that he's in around 11,000 stores across Canada, or maybe in general, like in retail. So he's like definitely his numbers are like doubling every year. So I think before that he was under 10,000. Now he's like much more up there.
Yeah.
So, and like he's definitely a unique personality.
So you've had the chance to meet with him and bring him on your network event. My question was, what did you notice in him that you don't see with most entrepreneurs?
I would say that if you meet like Jake Karls, I've met him maybe like 4 times, excluding like my event. He's number one, super, super down to earth, very easy to talk to, and you can give him a problem about your business and he'll solve it right there. If there's anything that's wrong, he'll tell you, well, don't do this, do this. But his number one thing is storytelling. He sells you his story. It's basically him, well, you probably know this, like it's him, his sisters, and the sister's husband, and that's how they got started. And basically, the way that they show you everything. If you go on their Instagram, they show you when they cry. They show you when it's not working, when the machine breaks, when the ups and the downs, which a lot of companies don't. They also showed when basically it was too expensive to make the bar as big as that. So they went and they apologized to their audience that we're going to have to make it smaller, but still we're going to have to sell it for the same price. But because they had that community, not everyone's like, oh, Midday Squares is too expensive, I'm not going to buy it. The owner of the founder literally told you, look, this is the issue that we have. We hope that you guys can support us. So it's like you're on this journey with them about the snack company, but you're not even a part of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I've attended a lot of his lectures at Concordia, like John Molson, and he basically, it's like a movie, the way he talks about his business. He's so incredibly passionate. Mind you, that's not his background. His background, if I'm not mistaken, is in economics. So a snack in economics, that makes no sense. Obviously, the business aspect of it does, but how do you go from that to that? So he does say that, you know, he had a really hard time at school. And it's like, what he wants to do is make a change in the world. It's not about the snack. It's about what the snack would bring. So it's not about, oh, like, hey, like I sell the snack and it's really tasty and it's going to be everywhere. That's not going to sell. So he's literally selling his story. He like not once spoke about the snack. You know, and he doesn't. Wow. He's just like tells you the story of how difficult it is to actually get to a point where you have the snack in your hand. So you feel like, oh my God, like this is so great that I have it in my hand. As if you did all the work, you know what I mean? So it's this approach, it's this like he comes in wearing regular clothes in casquette, super chill, says hi to everyone, dances in the middle of the, do you know what I mean? Like super, super laid back guy. And he's just very easy to talk to. It's not like transactional. Most entrepreneurs won't even talk to you. They're like, oh yeah, you don't make money, great. Like get out of my face. So
yeah.
Literally, I would say like 80, 90% of them. Okay, shit. So he like loves talking to like young entrepreneurs. That's what he does. He does like, I don't even know how many, like 50 conferences or something like that, something crazy. Like if you follow him on Instagram, constantly. And he goes into like Concordia, he goes to universities, and he constantly talks to those kids. And after that, he has like a 15, 20-minute Q&A. You can ask him whatever you want. Mind you, this guy is like actually making millions. And he's like taking time out of his day to come and do that. But at the end of the day, he's promoting, you know?
Yeah.
He's like still promoting. Yeah. So everyone in Concordia, everyone in Toronto, they know because you hear about it at school, you know? So it's like, what is the saying? Like two rocks, one rock, two stars, or something like that.
I think
one rock, two birds, or something like that. Yeah. So it's like two birds, one stone. Thank you, David. Yeah. It's a little bit of that, you know. So I would say it's the storytelling.
So basically, why you think that he succeeded is he's selling more than just his product, the snack itself. He's selling not only the snack, but the story behind it. So when the times come that the client buys his snacks, they have genre ils regardent genre la collation, mais ils ont pas seulement juste le produit. They have his story behind it.
Exactly. So you feel like it's you feel like a little bit of a family, you know, like specifically like even the outreach that they have on social media is like insane. Like people. You never see someone eat a Kit Kat and like take a picture of it, you know? It's like, no, like you write about it and they thank you like in their stories. They're very active. They know a lot of people in the community. So it's like, for me, what I call that is like a Gen Z company, which is not, by the way, but as in like, they're so focused on every single client, every single experience, the bad moments, the good moments, and then they just say it.
Do you think that's why they succeeded so much?
I think so, yeah. I think 100%. Like a lot of people want to keep their business secret and the problems. And by the way, me too. It's very hard to come out and say, oh yeah, like, I don't know, like we don't, bike broke or the instructor had a huge fight or, you know, I'm just creating stuff or that. It's hard to say that.
Yeah.
Because you know who's going to see, your friends and your family is like, oh, like she's not succeeding. Yeah. But is it necessary for you to go that far? I don't think so. Like you don't, for me, it's not something that like I want to base it on. I want to base it on like, this is a place where, you know, it's just fitness, it's community, it's called it a third space, come relax here. So it's a little bit different, like what I'm trying to, like the marketing strategy of the place, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Damn.
I go a little bit off topic.
Nah, it's okay. That's perfect. That's
it's
perfect.
the ADHD. I go here. I want to hit all aspects.
No, yeah, that's perfect because I can ask many questions now. I can ask many questions.
I just don't want to confuse anyone.
It's okay. It's totally okay. I wanted to ask you. Let's talk more about the spin lab.
Yeah, for
everything. Sure. How did you came up with that idea of the spin lab? Like.
So actually, it's kind of funny. I got hired at it's a spin studio in the South Shore. It's called Rush Cycle, and I don't know which year it was. It was after COVID. Like I was pretty young, and they basically hired me like as a receptionist, and it was a spin studio, and it was the only one. Now there's like a couple of more around, and it was post-COVID, and I had no idea what spin is. I was like, what is this? Like, I can't believe people like come and pay for this. Like, why don't you just go to the gym? It's just bikes, you know?
It's so ironic now that you're...
Yeah, literally. So I basically worked there for like 4 months. And like people start like flowing in. Like flowing in, like people after work, and you could see like this community forming. It's like I still didn't understand. So I went and I took a class, and it really humbled me. Mind you, at this time, I'm going to gym 5 times a week. I'm like doing my cardio, all those things, even though I hate cardio. So I was like, wait, like this is 45 minutes, number one, of torture. It's really, really hard, especially if you're a beginner, if you don't really commit to your cardio that well. And number two, it's a very, very good workout. It's like has multiple benefits from cardio to muscles to joints, you name it. So I was like, okay, that's kind of crazy. And I remember actually talking to one of the previous owners, and I told him, one day I will open one of mine. Because I was like, this is such a cool concept. Like, what a fun way to come to work and like manage this like fitness thing. You know, that was a little bit before like the whole boom with Pilates and everyone has a studio. So it was a little bit more of like what I had seen. And since it was COVID, they hired me, and then they had to shut down for 2 months. For like a month. So I had seen a lot of the ups and downs in the place and how they made it through. So that did help me a little bit. Understand what is the dynamic of a class, like how it works, what are the major assets in an instructor and an owner and a manager. So this is how we basically came up with this place. My brother-in-law that owns the Maison Athlétique, the athletic complex, I think now it's about to be 2 years ago, like in October will be 2 years ago. He basically told me, I'm opening this paddle place and it's so humongous. I would love to like offer you a space, because he knew that like I had an entrepreneurial like spirit.
Yeah.
He was like, if you want it, come check it out. Mind you, we've built all this. This wasn't built. So this studio is made by like every single like centimeter was drawn, like calculated the bathrooms, how much space I wanted, how many bikes we want to fit. So everything was built. So he basically told me what you want to open. And then without a doubt, me and my sister were like, it's going to be a spin studio, because like I saw the success of it early on. And even though for a lot of people, they go like, really, like a spin studio, you can open multiple other things. It's like, in my eyes, as the market fluctuates, the trends go in and out, spin has been constant for 20 years now. So as a business decision, it was the right move to do. And that's basically how we came to be. And then we just started this like journey of like opening the studio, which later we're also going to have HIIT classes in the studio, and we're going to have HIIT classes.
What is HIIT classes?
So HIIT classes is like high intensity workouts.
Okay.
So you basically can do it from 40 to 60 minutes, and it's circuits. So t'arrêtes pas basically. So tu fais des push-ups, tu fais des burpees, tu fais des squats. Tout ça pour like 45 minutes, mais t'as pas le droit d'arrêter. Alors tu peux respirer bien sûr, là, mais comme, you know what I mean? C'est pas genre comme au gym, genre slow.
I remember I did circuits in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, it was basically like between every exercise, it was like 30 seconds breaks.
Yes, exactly. So when it's like directed by like a class, it's because like the instructor is there, and like when we have that, we're limited on time, but also just to make it brutal as an experience and like actually like sculpt your body, we limit it to 45 minutes, 50 minutes. So you can get you hit all your muscles, you hit all, like everything that you need, cardio and all those things in those minutes, and then you just go home. So you're feeling challenged, you're feeling like you've upgraded, you're a part of something, you're a part of a community, you're part of this like huge, great place that we're like starting to build. So it's like different factors. But yeah, now like we're here.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. It's great.
It's been a weird journey, I'm not gonna lie. It came out of nowhere and like it was very tough, but you know, we made it out, we opened, and it's been going great.
How long have you had the spin lab?
Now it's been now, right? Like open?
Yeah.
We open on May 11th, actually. Like now I think...
So basically 3 months?
2 months.
Oh my God.
I think like next week is gonna be, like 2 months. It just opened basically.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember when my sister was telling me at home, oh, I'm going to see the opening. Yeah, I'm going to, how do we say it? Inaugural?
The soft opening?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So like we just wanted to like open because like my spot is like, because you can see it's not necessarily small, but it's not huge. So we are trying to build a third space. We're trying to build a huge wellness center that combines paddle, pickleball, Pilates, spinning, HIIT. So you can come, work on your school, work on your work, co-working, building relationships, networking for entrepreneurs, VIP sections. Like we're trying to build like something that's never been built in Montreal, basically.
Are you going to own conferences with Next Wave here?
For sure, yeah. Because right now, what we wanted to do is, Luca's doing an event called Tech Sync. It's on July 17th. You guys should actually come. It's completely free, and it's the world of like tech, but also something that Luca's super passionate about is like sports. He's a big football guy. Like he loves like, all those things.
I was kind of like stalking him yesterday because I was doing my questions. And I see the first thing in his bio is Chelsea supporter.
Fully. Like the Cole Palmer, like all those things, like it's super important. You don't cross that with him, you're on good terms. But what we want to do is like kind of a sports like fitness event. Once he'll be done with his event, we're gonna get started on that. Just to mix the world of like sports and networking. Instead of it having like boring networking conferences, which is not necessarily boring. It's just not all the time people want to go and put on a suit and talk to people.
Yeah, you want to make it more authentic and more.
Yeah, if you can work out with someone, you can definitely get some advice from them. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Just simplify the route.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I got a small question for you. Obviously, bring your clientele because you told me that you told him that you opened 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But how did you already bring your clientele? You already bring like your community.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how am I bringing like my flow of clients?
Yeah. Like, how were you able to bring so much people here?
So basically, as of now, we've actually had 350 people come to the classes, which is still a big number. Our numbers, we do want to triple that. Like I said, I'm very transparent. In the beginning, it can be a little bit quite slow. But it's through marketing. So we were supposed to open in March. We've had a little bit of like delays and setbacks, but our marketing has been running since February. Now the location can be tricky a bit. We're not downtown. A lot of people in Montreal don't necessarily have cars, so we would have to target NDG. So that's what we're doing. We're targeting locally. We're targeting Loyola campus at Concordia.
Yeah.
So it's from flyers, marketing, calling, cold leads, warm leads, hot leads, all those things. Really focusing on that. And if anyone comes through our doors, the number one priority is for them to become a returning customer. So it's quite difficult since this is the summertime and more people on vacations, less people want to commit to a membership. But this is the whole flow, like the systems that are in place. So in September, we can just go boom, you know? So it's a little bit more of like all these little aspects for sure.
Nice. All right. I think we should talk about almost everything. Almost everything.
Amazing.
Oh, hold on.
Yes.
I had one last question before the last question.
Yes, go ahead.
It was, what changes would you like to bring to the spin industry that we don't typically see? So basically, what would you bring to the spin industry that you didn't saw when you were receptionist at the?
For sure.
When you were hired.
The number one thing I want to bring is this is a culture in Canada. Mind you, I come from Saudi where when you do something, you don't just do it for an hour and you come back home. You go out with your friends, you go out for 6 hours. You go work out, you go get a coffee with your friends. This here doesn't exist. People are busy, the sun sets earlier, we understand that. But what I'm trying to build is a third space. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term third space, but
I'm not.
No. So basically a third space is what they're saying that Gen Z doesn't have a third space. So if you like watch like sitcoms from back then, like Friends, admettons,
okay.
People would finish work and then go to the bar and like grab a beer. We don't do that. We're online. So you go to work and you're like, ciao, bye, I'm gonna go home. So we're not socializing as much. We're not really networking as much. So the third space is lacking. But in this economy, it's tough. Because if you wanna go hang out with your friends, you have to pull out $50, $100 to like go just chill at a place or do an activity.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to build here, what we're trying to build is the complex, is a comfortable space, good Wi-Fi. You can bring your friends, come hang out. If you do your workout and then come hang out, the fitness aspect of it is done and then your work is done, and still at the end of the day you can still socialize with your friends and have a place to do that. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna come work out and I'm just gonna head out and I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna talk to anyone. That to me, I'm just trying to completely break it. And another aspect of that is people that don't return to classes is because they're so intimidated. If you come alone, like I see sometimes some clients, they're very intimidated. They're like, oh, like I don't come see, you're doing something new, all those things.
They're like shy of coming.
They're so shy, and it's like when you're like on the bike, it can be something a little bit like vulnerable because it's like hard to do. It's like you're sweating, you're uncomfortable.
Of course.
So it's really, really all about not making this place like, you know, we don't want to intimidate you. If someone out the door comes out a little bit scared, we know we failed at that. So it's like a mixture of those two assets, which then will build an incredibly fun fitness, networking, co-working community, not just the fitness part of it. Because the fitness is 45 minutes, is whatever the instructor can make you feel in those 45 minutes, whether during the classes, it's not just like, go, let's go, push. It's take a moment to like reflect on your day, take a moment to just breathe. If you had a horrible day, if you had a great day, if your week was disastrous, if you lost someone, all those things, it becomes a more deeply emotional connection rather than just, okay, let's just spin and like, let's get out of here like as fast as I can. No, we want people to stay. So 100% building a third space where people feel welcome, nurtured, where they can feel that they can go to the next level. That's what we're trying to build in the next few years.
So you want to build not only work out, but
yes,
network with people and talk with people.
Yeah.
And slow down also.
Just slow down. Come make a friend. You understand that here there's people your age, whatever age you are. This is the fun thing about spin. It's 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 50, 60-year-olds. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, men, women, like it mixes everyone up. So it's a nice thing about it is like when you see like 10, 15 people in the class and you see them every single time, it's gonna build a community. You're gonna have a friendship here.
It's just like school basically. When at the end of the semester, you've seen that person for like the past 4 months. So basically,
you're forced to become friends.
Yeah, you basically know the person at this point their whole life.
Exactly. So that's just what it comes from a culture part of me. Like people don't want to go out anymore. I slowly became that person because it's like there's nothing to do here, specifically in the winter.
Yeah.
So when they had open, I wasn't open still, but the paddle was open in December, people wouldn't leave. Because, oh, you can pay for a game, but we're not going to kick you out. Like, you can stay, grab a drink, get some Gatorade, laugh a little bit with your friends.
So everybody was staying?
Yeah, they would stay until like 12.
Oh my God.
So they would just hang out, because we like close at like 12. So like they would just hang out, like laugh, and then slowly they all started becoming friends. Like you could see them like really like mix. So it's really cool to see that.
And that's what you're trying to do with the Spin Lab?
Yes, because that's what this is what me and it comes from a personal experience. what me and my friend group are lacking. Like, it's funny, like, I saw your sister yesterday. I haven't seen her in like 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, since the opening.
Yeah, she's really focused on her studying.
No, exactly. That's like completely fine. But even when we want to make plans, it's like we have to plan something. I can't just be like, hey, Taina, let's go to this place and let's hang out. And like, it's not even about the money. It's about like, you need to reserve these days or you don't go, you know? So it's all about just having a place where everyone can come hang out in sweatpants and a suit if you want. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's very great. It's very great. I like those kind of places. I went to a run club a month ago.
Okay.
I went to a run club 2 months ago, and like, I hate cardio. I hate running. I hate everything about that. I'm more of a lifting person.
Okay.
Moving, sports, everything. So when I went there, because the only reason why I went there the first time was because I know the guy who owns it, and that was my basketball coach in high school.
Okay.
And I went there and I did the 5-kilometer run, and then everybody stayed, and I start talking to people. I start knowing more people, and then I was like, genre j'ai remarqué que comme l'environnement me ressemblait. It was like des gens qui travaillaient fort, des gens qui étaient focus, des gens qui sont concentrés sur leurs choses, des gens qui sont care about their health, about their being, their well-being, and il y avait même...
It just clicked, genre.
Yeah, il y avait même la fille qui a gagné OD il y a 3 ans. I don't know if you watched that show, but...
No, I don't. I know. They're super popular here.
Yeah. Il y a même elle who came, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And basically how I knew is because the guy who does it, the run club, everyone who posts the story, they tag the
people underneath.
Yeah. They tag the people underneath, and I was like, I was checking after I got home, and I was like, damn, this guy has 45K followers. He's doing gym content just like me.
Yeah.
He's motivating people. This other person, this, that, and this, and
it's like what you're trying to be. Like someone's already done it, but then you're surrounded by that person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great feeling. It's like, oh, this actually is possible.
So I kind of like, I got surprised for a bit.
Yeah.
And I even told the guy at the end of the run club, that's like my type of environment. So
nice.
So if you could, if you're able to build that here, I think it's going to be a beautiful experience to everyone
100%.
who's care about their health and who's care about not only about their health, but also their well-being and networking and...
Yeah, because it's like, once again, it's like hard to do all these things. When I say hard, not from a place of like discipline or anything, it's just the communities are sometimes hard to reach into.
Yeah.
And this whole like surge of like run clubs and like that wasn't there like a few years back, you know? So it's like even then, like it can be incredibly intimidating for some people, and it's like, no, go and get that. Like you are gonna meet people that like, even if you don't, it's just gonna feel great. You're gonna feel different right after. So it's like really fun.
It's great vibes.
Honestly. Yeah, it is. It really is.
Well, I think that was the end.
Yeah.
I think that was the end. I think I've covered everything. We've talked about it.
I think we did.
Your personal experience, your career, your setbacks, adversities, what your goals, what you're trying to build here with Luca, the Spin Lab. It was very great. I learned so much about you, and I'm hoping to learn again.
Me too. Honestly, this was so great. You're such a good interviewer. By the way. Good job.
Thank you.
The questions were on point. Everything was really, really good. It was great to have that conversation.
It was great too. I really hope to learn from you because you have t'as beaucoup de knowledge. Moi justement je suis en business aussi, fait que j'aimerais ça continuer d'apprendre.
For sure. I'm learning a lot from you, by the way. I'm learning a lot from you too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like you seem like you're dedicated and you're focused.
Yeah, I try to be. I try.
Yeah, you're on the right path. That's for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
One last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fully wrap the podcast today. If I could delete all of your videos from the internet with Next Wave and the Spin Lab, and the only thing you had left was these next 30 seconds with me and my audience, what would you say to that next generation of entrepreneurs?
I would say, do not underestimate yourself. Do not compare yourself. You are exactly where you need to be. Don't overcomplicate things. And the last thing that I'll leave you with is patience is the best skill set to have as an entrepreneur. Patience, whether you practice it in any aspect of the world, anything that you're in, patience. That comes along with everything. It's a rough ride, but if you persist and if you refuse to give up, and if you understand how much it can change you and the potential of the person that you could become, just persist. Keep doing it. Keep doing it hard, do it tired, do it hungry, anytime. Keep on doing it, keep persisting. You will get there. And if you don't, if everything falls to the ground, which by the way has happened to me, I came out as stronger. I came out as more knowledgeable. And mind you, at that age, I'm still 24 years old. So it's still a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. Who cares? It doesn't matter. We're on a floating rock in space. Fail, 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 fail. One time you'll get it right. That's your success story. Just keep persisting. That's all I have to say.
That was beautiful. Again.